Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. Today I just want to show you a really cheap way to get really good rims and tires for your truck. As some of you may know, I did buy this 2000 Ford Ranger. I've done a lot of things to it. Actually, some things I haven't even talked about because I didn't film them. But one thing is that this truck came with studded snow tires. Now, winter is basically over up here. It was 72 degrees here in New England. So I don't need studded snow tires. But what I did find on Facebook Marketplace was these sets of rims and tires for 80 bucks from a guy that had a Ford Ranger that was rolled over, and these are in great shape. They have BF Goodrich Winter Slalom tires on them, and as you can see, they still have pretty damn good tread on there. You know, I'm getting most of my thumb in there. So, and they all look like that. So I'm going to show you some quick, simple steps on how to make these look good and mount them on your truck for less than 100 bucks. All right, guys, first things first, you got to clean them up. Before I work on anything, I clean it. That goes for lawnmowers, that goes for anything with a small engine. When I do air compressors, the first thing I do is clean them, because when you work on something that's clean, you can have a better idea of what you're working with, what you're looking at, and you can see imperfections. So what I did is I have some cleaner here. I think I got this at AutoZone for about 7 or 8 bucks. You always want to wear gloves. You'll probably notice in my videos I always wear gloves. And then just grab some towels. What we're just going to do is spray these things down, let it sit for a minute, and then clean them up. The towels, I think I got this 50 pack for less than 10 bucks at Harbor Freight. And the gloves I got at Costco. I think those were, again, 8 or 9 bucks, which is a big box. So, again, first step, cleaning. All right, so I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of spray on here. This is a cleaner degreaser, so I'm gonna get it on there. This is years of brake dust and dirt and everything like that caked on these things. So we're gonna do all 4. Let them sit for a couple minutes, you know, give it 5 minutes or so. Let the degreaser do its job. And then I would go in and see how you can wipe it off. If you can't wipe it off, I'm going to show you another trick. Okay, so this has been sitting for probably about 10 minutes. And as you can see, it's already starting to puddle. And when you wipe really well in here, a lot of this filth and grime and everything is starting to come off. So around the edge here is where it looks like whatever they painted this with or something just doesn't want to come off. So we're going to rough that down with sandpaper. But if you have the inside of the wheels that are really hard to get at, you can grab a plastic brush like this and you can really get in there. So just spray a little bit more, get in there with the brush, and then get back in with your your rag, and repeat process, and you should be able to get it out. Also, a scrubby sponge can be really helpful to get a lot of this stuff scrubbed off. And so just basic cleaning tools, guys, and get them cleaned up. All right, guys, as you can see, they look a lot better than they did. And the next step is to scuff up these rims and get them ready for paint. A couple ways you can do that. You can use just a piece of sandpaper. I think this is just a generic piece of 120 grit. Scuff it up. A wire brush, you can get in there and brush it. If you want to get a little meaner, you can use a cordless or corded drill with a bristle tip like that, or a cupped bristle tip like that to get in there. If you really want to step it up, you can use an angle grinder with a wire wheel at the end. I don't really recommend using this too much because that has a lot of power and you don't want to puncture the rubber on your tire. If you're going to do it, be very careful, but I would recommend a less harsh media. All right, next thing to do after they're scuffed up and wiped down is to shoot them with paint. I taped off this rim here. I just used generic painter's tape that you can get at Harbor Freight. That's just so you don't get a lot of paint on the tires. I think that paint probably will come off if you do get residual paint on them because they do flex and everything, but just tape it off to be sure so you have good smooth lines. I did the same exact thing to these rims here. These are the ones that I showed earlier, and I think they came out pretty good. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, here's the deal. So I got this paint at Family Dollar.
I think it was $2 or $2.25 a can. Interior, exterior. I have no idea how this is going to come out, but we're going to give it a shot. So I have the wheels taped off, and then I have them set in such a way so I can kind of roll them around. Well, I can shoot them once and then roll them around and shoot them again just to make sure I get all of the angles. So we'll see how this stuff does. I got 2 cans. Quick tip, if you don't have one of these spray handles, get it. Home Depot, I think it's like $3. You put it on and then you squeeze the trigger and it pushes this little guy down and it sprays for you. It really does save your finger from getting tired and messy. Okay, first coat is on, and of course it's still wet, so it's going to be shiny and everything, but I got to admit it looks pretty good. The can does say to wait, let's see, should additional coats be desired, wait 15 minutes before the respraying. So we're going to give it 15 minutes, and then it also says, which I think is kind of funny, recoat within 2 hours or wait 5 days. So if you want to respray it, you have to do it within 2 hours or you're going to wait 5 days. So kind of funny. But we'll come back for a second coat. As you can see, they came out pretty great. I just shot the second coat probably 5 minutes ago, and I pulled the tape off, and they look really good. I'm really happy with it. Some of them I had to wipe around the edge because some paint did come off. But you know what, guys? On rubber, paint doesn't stick. And so as soon as I get some miles on these tires, the paint that, you know, over here, that's going to come right off. But these came out really, really nicely. And I'm really happy with it. So who friggin' knew $2 paint at Family Dollar would look really good? So that's a cheap, easy way to get nice looking rims for your truck. And again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I paid $80 for these rims and tires. $80, and it has pretty decent tread left on them. I should get at least a full year out of these, and then I can slap some new, better tires on. But let me know in the comment section what you think. Let me know if you did it yourself and how it came out.